Hello, everyone. Good evening. I welcome you all to day 4 of our journey of conscious conception. And here we go. Today's topic is going to be very interesting, and it is about resetting your fertility frequency. And it is from stress to stillness. So, as we were talking about mind, impact of mind, and how it is impacting on your body, your hormones, and this is the series where we are talking about what else we can do other than medicine so that we can enjoy this journey of conception, motherhood, parenthood, and how best we can go through it, and definitely beyond medicines, how we can work on our mind body soul harmony. So as we very well understand that whenever we are experiencing stress, there are certain hormonal changes they are happening in our brain. Those are chemical changes. Those are like mainly the hormones cortisol, then adrenaline, noradrenalines. They are created in our brain, and these hormones keep us in survival mode. So that time we are not thriving, we are in the survival mode, and those responses are like fight, flight, or freeze, or maybe fear. So these are the responses. This is, this mind is creating body's reaction. Now what is happening is, whenever you are in survival mode, or rather your body is in survival mode, it cannot be in the baby mode at the same time. So, baby mode is a thriving mode. Baby mode is a calm mode of the body. And now, when the stress is there and lot of stress hormones are, the levels are higher, what happens? Your body is also whispering that, oh, it's not safe environment for the new life. And that is true, because as the mind impacts body, body also impacting and reacting in the similar way. And as we call this as an energy body, what happens, the certain those frequencies are getting generated from our body and organs. But whenever we are shifting this survival mode into the thriving mode, that means from the we are shifting from stress to stillness. What is happening? That your body, tells you, or body senses this, and body whispers to own organs, yes, I am safe, I am ready, I can create. So that is also very, very important, because in last session, as we are talking about uterus as energy centers and how these energies get transmitted from the state of the mind is through these frequencies. So this is really, really important, that we need to shift our mind from stress to stillness. Because as I'm talking about scientifically, these high cortisol levels can create the stress of anxiety directly and indirectly. It influences the reproductive hormones as well. And it causes the imbalance, it interferes with the processes like ovulation, fertilization, and implantation. And what is happening is, whenever body is in stress mode, because as I told you, it's a fight, flight, or freeze response. So majority of the blood flow is towards the brain and towards the muscles. So that is something called as coping mechanism of the body. And this blood flow is going away from the reproductive organs like ovaries and uterus. And again, it interferes with its function. So now, when we talk about inviting stillness, going away from the stress, now being in solitude or inviting stillness, it's like, experiencing the calm state of mind. It is not about being alone or feeling lonely or not doing anything. Basically, when we are in the calm state of mind, it is like we are creating biological signals for the reset, or it's actually rebalancing the hormonal state, and because of which the opposite system, that is parasympathetic system, gets activated, and again it will restores the blood flow to the reproductive organ, and thus it will reset the fertility frequency. And then obviously when the frequency get reset, the inner world, it changes, we can see the outcome. And this is really really true. And when we follow, when we know this and we take certain steps towards it, definitely we can see the results. So I would like to tell you real life stories, because this is the series where I would like to tell all my real experiences with patients. So we were working with one couple, and young couple, they were undergoing IVF, and what was happening, the all reports were showing absolutely in a normal range, and it was a case of something called as unexplained infertility, that nothing is there to point out like, okay, this part is abnormal. Every report was normal, and this was also creating a lot of stress while they were undergoing the process, because they were not understanding what is the cause. That was also creating the stress in them. Now, as we understand, IVF is the long journey. I mean, there are multiple visits to the hospital, many sonographies, there are injections. Then they used to react to each visit, each injection, each sonography, or rather every report very stressfully. They used to be very anxious, and even they it was difficult for them to feel the uncertainties. They always used to have that fear in mind that, oh, if it doesn't work, then we have done so much, there is no even not even a single reason we could find out, so whether this will work. And we used to actually see all this stress on their faces. Of course, as it used to, as soon as they used to enter in my room, obviously the energy used to change, because what used to happen, that was so much stressful situation in their mind, that it used to come out of their body and body language and their words. And it was really really the energy of the room also used to change. Now I realize that, yes, so whatever medical treatment we would give, whatever best possible technology from the world we will use, definitely finally the body has to give a result. And if the body is not in the receptive phase, definitely science will never succeed, because it's a both combination of both science and the nature. And if one of it is not fitting into that equation, definitely will not get the answer. So once I identified that, we started working on their stress by breathing technique, by certain journaling technique, and obviously guided visualization technique before every visit, before every reports or scans, injections. And obviously the shift was really magical. Basically what happened, they started feeling calmer. Their response to the, basically instead of reaction, their response to every step was much in a better way, with an open heart. And they told me that even their sleep has improved. And definitely the response to our treatment was also getting better and better response to the scan, because obviously as they were working on themselves, obviously body was showing that result. So what I realized out of after this, that definitely medical science is required, but it's not only the medical science. We really need to work on the mind, and we really need to prepare our mind and body. And when your mind is in the calm state, it is called as highly resourceful state. And definitely body was also receiving those vibes, and it is like in the thriving mode. And definitely as if body is giving signal that yes, it is safe to welcome new life. And definitely they got good result, and now they are enjoying their parenthood journey. So this is how the impact of working on your mind and body, because medicines are there at their place. If we really need to have good response to it, if we really want to have this journey blissful and happy, we need to work on these factors. Now, there are so many techniques, as I was mentioning, we use for them. So, most importantly, breathing techniques would help because it will induce parasympathetic nervous system, and definitely it will reduce the cortisol levels, it will reduce the adrenalines and noradrenaline levels. So, practically, I would like to give you one tool that you can work on, and which is something called as a kind of a box breathing, but in a particular way. So, it is called as 4-7-8 breathing technique. So it's very simple. You can do it, say, repetitions of, say, 5 cycles, 10 cycles over a period of 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, till the time you feel calmer. Now, this can be used just before sleep, or maybe as soon as you get up, or probably before maybe visiting to a doctor, or before your injection for that matter, or before your scan if you are feeling like too much anxious about the result, or anytime you feel uncomfortable, anytime you feel anxious, you feel that you are having those, shallow breathings or fast heartbeats, or maybe you feel that rush, or maybe sometimes headaches, and you feel that yes, this is not the normal state on my mind, because immediately it's shown up in your body. So this 4-7-8 breathing technique is such that these are the counts. Okay, and now here the first four indicates the count of inhale, the middle one, 7, is the count for holding the breath, the last one, which is the long exhale. So the most important thing to remember is it's 1:2 ratio. That means whatever time you will inhale, twice you will be exhaling it. Now, this deep exhale is creating that physiological response of activating your parasympathetic nervous system, and it will really, reduce those negative feelings, anxieties, stress. And while you are doing, you can just imagine, close your eyes, visualize that as you are inhaling the peace, hope, positivity, and as you are exhaling, as if you are releasing all the negativities, fear, anxious thoughts, whatever is, what I can say, heavier in your mind. So simple, as you inhale, you just count 1, 2, 3, 4. Then hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now you can do counting in mind. So deep inhale, hold, slow exhale. Also, here this is a technique where you can inhale deeply through your mouth for the count of 4, hold for 7, while exhaling, you can exhale through mouth. That is also very, very, very effective. Now, if you practice this daily, now practice makes man perfect, and then only you'll be able to see the result. Consistency is the key. Just understanding techniques would not help. Obviously, we need to, practice it daily and see the change. So definitely what happens is you will be, calming down your nervous system. Your body will also relearn the language of stillness. That is really, really important because nowadays stress has become our new normal situation, and we really need to, change it to the stillness, and we need to adapt it as the new normal situation of this. Now, definitely, it's very effective technique. You can use it, as I said, at many what I can say intervals whenever you feel it, and very easy to use. You don't even require anything for this. Okay. So now what we have learned today is your womb, all your organs basically, they have memory. So especially womb is an energy center, as we were talking about. It listens to your mind, to your nervous system. So when you reset your inner frequency from, say, stress to stillness, definitely you're resetting your fertility journey. And there are so many steps, and when we use these techniques, you will really enjoy this journey. And we have actually the our journey, there are so many people, they do this journey of conscious conception with our team, where we take you through stepwise process. We work on each and every factor, we work on each and every stress, fear, or limiting beliefs with so many techniques. We help you do it consistently. You can definitely connect to us. There is a group link below this video description. You can connect to us or DM or comment, and definitely tell me that after using this technique, how did you feel? What was the change in your, obviously, response, or what was the change in your body that you felt? And in our next um, day 5 session of this conscious conception journey, we are going to see what is that missing link, whether it is IVF conception, whether it is a natural conception that no one talks about. And definitely, it will be one more insightful session. Meanwhile, practice this technique. Definitely, it would help you. And with this, we will stop here, and I'll meet you on Wednesday night with one more new insight, and it will be our day 5 of conscious conception. Till that time, have a happy and healthy life. Bye bye. See you.